Hello, my friends. It's me, and it's time for two more parts of the Bucket Woman story. That's right, two in one. I've been doing these together because they're kind of short, but that's fine because they're not actually like full-on novellas. This is just someone talking about their petty revenge against a weirdo in their neighborhood, and I'm honestly all for it. I am 100% here. I am enjoying this, so let's do this, man. Here we go. Again, from Reddit user Hokey Pokey Guest List. I still love your name. This is Bucket Woman versus Robo Sprinkler. So, here we go, kids. I hope you're ready. The Bucket Woman was actually the sprinkler's second victim. The first was Max, short for Gluteus Maximus, the neighbor's cat, who has his morning pee on my rosemary plant. Max strolled across the sensor and Robo Sprinkler 2 activated. He got the shock of his life when that morning the garden peed back. What a wonderful way with words you have. He ran back to his own yard like he'd been fired out of a cat cannon. Robo Sprinkler 1 fired on the Bucket Woman on Tuesday afternoon. Martin was working from home, but at the back of the house, and only knew something happened when the fluffy couch potato cat let out an unearthly howl and tried to hide between Martin and the chair he was sitting on. He got to the front room just in time to see the Bucket Woman disappearing behind the fence, so he went to check the security footage. I got a text asking if I wanted good news or bad news first. I was having a crap day, so I opted for good news. I got 2 words back. Got her. Oh no. Then I asked for the bad news, and he texted, "Sorry about your rosemary. Oh, I only have 2 plants in the front garden that I really care about, and that rosemary is one of them. It's flowered nearly all winter, and I like watching the bees." That does sound nice. When I got home, there was a group of people outside our house. I started to worry, thinking something terrible had happened, but I realized they were sprinkler devotees, and in the middle was my partner, performing the dance of his people. This account has been pieced together from looking at the track marks and observing the triumphant dance of the sprinkler people. It seems the Bucket Woman entered through the gate and headed towards the bedroom window, crossing Robo Sprinkler 1's sensor. Robo Sprinkler 1 fired off on the intruder and scored a direct hit. Before setting on its arc, the Bucket Woman was startled and ran backwards towards the gate, but Robo Sprinkler had started its return and hit her a second time. She was startled again, denotated by some high leaps and exaggerated shrieking in the dance, and changed direction, ran past the gate, and body slammed my poor defenseless plant before finding the gate and then back next door. The triumphant dance makes no mention of bees, but I pictured a bunch of worker bees turning up to work at the rosemary plant the following day going, "Bloody hell, what happened here?" The interesting thing is that Robo Sprinkler seemed to have had the deterrent effect. This happened on Tuesday, today is Monday. She hasn't visited since. We see her on the cameras pacing up and down the front, but she's staying out of our garden and away from the windows. Martin came down with man flu on Wednesday, and a close family friend died on Thursday. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry. So this has been a welcome respite. Nor have we been visited by authorities following up allegations I'm keeping unlicensed bees or that my fluffy couch potato is really the Hound of Baskersville. It's as if a couple of squirts of cold water had shocked some reality into her. Although, to be fair, I don't know how long it takes the Department of Agriculture to follow up on reports of unsolicited apiary, and I'm not entirely sure which agency regulates hounds of Baskervilles. That may still be to come. Okay, so we have some relevant comments here. You are the neighborhood master. Through the church of the Holy Sprinkler you have gathered the flock. All hail the neighbor, all hail the neighbor master. And OP replies, "This is where I feel compelled to say something like, he's not the Messiah, he's the naughty boy." Start greeting your neighbor when you see her with, "Hello, squirt." And OP replies, "Alas, she seems to be avoiding me lately." Thanks for the update. Nothing like a dousing of cold water to drive off the lunatics. And OP replies, "Next step is to replace the front fence with something more secure before the weather warms up too much." Regarding the Ag Department and unlicensed apiary, find out who is actually in charge. Here in Florida, the State Department of Agriculture has preempted all local apiary rules, so city and county governments have no authority. New neighbors moved in across the street several years ago and have called the cops on my hives, but they had no authority. All they could do was drop dime to the state, and I ended up passing inspection without one single change. And OP replies, is it wrong of me that I already looked this up, given our past history with her? It's definitely the state government, and they're not even my hive. They just visit. They might even just be feral. Oh, that reminds me of the anonymous report to the council about my tree. Someone, not naming any names, reported me for removing a protected tree from my property. You can still see the tree from the street. This is called the Bucket Woman versus my dad and his partner. Alright. How does she shit people? Let me count the ways. Not literally shit people, although I guess that would be pretty cool, scientifically speaking. No, I mean, as in give people the shits. Since I'm a spectacularly petty person who is lying in bed with a swollen knee and a cut to her face, I've decided to vent my spleen by sharing small stories of neighborhood revenge against the Bucket Woman, just for something to do. I'm fine, small human is fine, and currently tap dancing on my internal organs. Just cranky from pain and lack of sleep. This one happened when I was still in the leg brace. Long story short, my dad borrowed Martin's lawnmower to cut the grass out back. Well, Hop Along here couldn't do it. Bucket Woman sees Dad and his partner Jude pull up, and Dad starts to unload the lawnmower from the trailer. Now, Dad and Jude are retired, so I guess you could say their dress code is relaxed pensioner. Plus, Dad was going to mow the lawn, so he wasn't wearing a Sunday best. She approaches Jude and starts speaking slowly to her. Are you the gardeners? Jude has a wicked sense of humor and responds at exactly the same tone and speed. No, we are not the gardeners. You may infer from this that Jude is from a non-European background, and you'd be right. Oh wow, so she's just like a racist. That's cool. Fucking... Bucket Woman doesn't believe her, or doesn't listen, and starts slowly giving Jude instructions about work the Bucket Woman wants done in my garden, including moving the fence post and poisoning the grass along the fence. That's right, the Bucket Woman was telling people she thought I had hired work that she wanted them to do in my garden and expecting me to pay for it. Dad cut her off by putting on his ear defenders, noisily revving Martin's lawnmower, and then aggressively mowing the nature strip, making her jump out of the way. He also made sure he only cut my part of the nature strip. A lot of neighbors will mow the whole nature strip because we like to be neighborly. Dad leaving the Bucket Woman's part of the nature strip was a giant up yours. Powerful. Further petty revenge, Dad will only talk to Bucket Woman in his native dialect on the rare occasions they meet. Jude, on the other hand, will only talk to the Bucket Woman in slow, clear-cut glass English she learned at boarding school. Wow. So we have some relevant comments. The saga continues, and OP replies, this one happened a while ago, but I only found out about it last time Dad and Jude came around. We're talking about her latest complaint to the council about us, and Dad said something like, I see she's still going on about the fence posts and the grass, and then he told us the story. I was only thinking today, gosh, the Bucket Woman's been quiet. As much as it would suck being stuck with the old biddy, stories are hilarious and make for great reading when I can't sleep. And OP replies, she's not been quiet at all. We're expecting a visit from the council this week. I'm hoping the bruising on my face will have reduced enough that I don't look completely feral. I still love it. Warms my heart when people like that get played. I hope the entertainment value of Bucket Lady always exceeds its irritation. And congratulations on the tiny human. I hope you feel better soon. And OP replies, thank you for good wishes. Yes, I wonder if a new human with a healthy set of lungs and a stinky bum will end up being the ultimate Bucket Woman deterrent. Only if there's a small catapult aimed at her front door. Please tell me your partner will build one. He seems like he'd enjoy that, and soiled nappies have to go somewhere, so they might as well do it in a smooth parabolic arc. And OP replies, I suspect building a nappy-flinging catapult, I've always fancied owning a trebuchet, but maybe that's overkill for suburbia, would turn into a neighborhood project. Seriously, the plan is to be responsible and use cloth nappies, and then wash them and hang them on the line. And when the Bucket Woman sees baby's underwear, she's going to need a cup of tea and a good lie-down. I love the Bucket Woman stories, but they're leaving me conflicted. On one hand, I want more stories, but on the other, I wish you had a peaceful life free of these annoyances. And OP replies, I can empathize with that. I mean, not that I want more of these problems with her, but she does inspire a kind of camaraderie, which is good. Without the bucket woman, I wouldn't have the image of my partner and his friends having rubber snake fights on the lawn, which is a great memory. But on the other hand, I want her to go away and leave us the hell alone. So yeah, I have my own conflicts. You're the first person I've followed in the 2 years I've been on Reddit. This fellow pregnant lady is thoroughly enjoying the adventures of Bucket Woman, though I wish you didn't have to deal with it. I hope, but also don't, at the same time, that there are more stories to come. And OP replies, thank you. Yes, I said in another comment, I understand the tension. I feel similar conflicts. On one hand, I just wanted a quiet life with my unexpectedly growing family. I don't want to have to keep thinking 2 steps ahead. But on the other hand, some great things have come out of this as well. We've made good friends with some of the neighbors. I've met some very kind and helpful people on Reddit. None of that would have happened if I hadn't started moaning about the Bucket Woman. OP, I have to tell you, I very much enjoy your fantastic way with words and your wonderful stories about the Bucket Woman. This is quite something. This is just wild and insane and fun. So I'm conflicted as well. Part of me really hopes that you don't have to keep dealing with the Bucket Woman and that you can actually have a normal home and a normal life, and you won't need motion-activated sprinklers or reinforced garden doors or anything to keep this crazy weirdo from stalking your house, because that's basically what's going on. But if I might suggest something, since she seems so very concerned about the tree, depending on the size and depending on how much it would cost, you could always have it removed and then just gift her the lumber. I mean, certainly she wouldn't mind several logs on the front lawn, would she? They're perfect for burning in the winter. Bah, it would be a gift. But that's from one weirdo who lives out in the middle of the woods who would absolutely do something like this. Of course, I know enough people who own farms that, well, your yard's looking a little patchy. Don't worry. I ordered you 10 pounds of manure. It'll be here in, let's say, a couple hours. Either way, thank you for these fantastic stories, and thank you for being here and listening to them. If you would please like, comment, subscribe, mainly because YouTube hates that, and fuck them, do it anyway. If you'd like to actually really contribute to this channel, I have a subreddit where I get stories, r/Moonhorse stories, and if you don't feel like writing out weird stuff, which is fine, not everybody wants to do that, I have a merch store where I sell all kinds of weird things. Have you ever thought in your life that you needed a Moonhorse yoga mat? I sell those. I don't know why. I just do. And I also have a Ko-Fi where you can donate to this, because much like PBS, this channel is brought to you by viewers like you. We'd greatly appreciate it. And if you'd like to see these things being recorded live with all the ability to see my terrible takes and the fact that I can't read sometimes, you can do that. That happens. Every weekend we do live streams, and every Monday I record stories. So you can just come hang out with us and be a part of this. So, it seems like there was another thing, but I don't remember what it was, so I guess it doesn't matter. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.